guys. Thank you guys for being here. Sorry, it took me a second to get started. I was trying to pull up some things that we're going to look at. We have a lot to go through. So yeah, thank you guys for being here. It's such a beautiful day. And the background, by the way, is a picture of Oregon, but it looks just like it looks here today. It just, beautiful. Hey, MK. Hey, Nadie. Hey, Corinne, Eddie. Hey, Lisa. B Crumbs. Thank you guys for being here. Hey, preschool granny. Tony, Lori. Hey, Pointer Lover. Hey, Amber Lou. Woofy, Caroline. Hey, Tiff. Jen Lou. Hey, Bendy. We're going to do an alley rally on Bendy's after. Hey, Ross. Good to see you. Amber. Hello. Hey, Lily. Butterfly Kisses, Mars. Thank you guys for being here. Anybody I've missed? Hey, West Virginia Mama. Can you guys please, one of the mods, Woofy, so that way a bunch of you guys aren't hurrying up and trying to do it. Will you drop Amber's Facebook link? Amber has a group. She's created a group to discuss the potential serial killer out in Oregon, to discuss the situation. And there is a lot that comes out in there. We're going to go through some of it today. There are several more women missing that we didn't know about last time we talked. So yeah, we have a few things to do. I'm going to turn off the camera. I just wanted to say hi to you guys. Hey, Grumpy. Hey, Hash Brown. Search and Rescue. Hey, Crime Curious. Good to see you. Okay, so we're going to start with an article. Then I want to take you through some missing women that actually Amber sent me, but I went through the group as well and gathered kind of the same group of women. Look at some screenshots, some things like that. I'm going to show you the GoFundMe of one of the mothers. I'll link that when we get to that part. But before we get to any of this, I know that you guys have probably, some of you, been following along with the Summer Wells case with me on the channel, and, on other channels as well. Today, TBI has released an age-progressed photo of Summer. And I wanted to show you guys that before we get started and look at anything else. So lurk mode engaged. This is the photo they put out. Yeah, let me see.
Ansley Daniels here. She spoke with center officials after this case, which is still an active Amber Alert tonight, has now moved into its second year of an investigation.
Pretty strange.
Look for coverage of that throughout the day tomorrow. But let's go to Ansley now to learn more about how this photo was created. Ansley?
Yeah, Josh and Sarah, Summer was just 5 years old when she was reported missing. And of course,
so I just wanted you guys to see that. It's kind of hard to picture her at that age, but yeah, so I know, Tiff, she looks way older. The picture is unsettling. Thank you, Jen. To me, it doesn't even look like her. I'm sorry, but that's just the way I feel about it. Hey, Grumpy. I'm still mad about what happened to the Wells this morning. Oh my God, you guys. I actually just found a channel because it was deleted, and I wish I would have recorded it. I saw it this morning, but I found a channel that did post it. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. So we will always see her as a little girl. I know, Mystic. That's true. And hello, by the way, Mystic. Hey, ATS News. Good to see you. Okay, so let's go through this article before I show you some more of the women that are missing. Hey, Avery. Portland serial killer fears dozens of missing women and girls, raise red flag, cold case expert says. Whether or not Portland and its surrounding communities have a serial killer, the sheer number of missing persons cases in the area should be a cause for concern, according to a veteran cold case investigator. Police, in a statement last week, downplayed concerns of a serial killer after the bodies of 6 women were discovered in and around the city in a 5-month span. Roughly half of the 140 people missing from Multnomah County in Oregon so far this year, which includes the city of Portland, are women and girls. There are currently 401 active missing person cases statewide. However, 401 active cases. You guys think about that. 401. However, Joseph, and that's not even me referencing this potential serial killer. That is just, it's unreal how many people go missing that you don't ever hear about. So Joseph, a man named Joseph Giacalone, a retired New York Police Department sergeant and now professor at John Jay College of Criminal Justice, said the sheer numbers should be considered a public safety concern, even if no foul play is suspected. The number of open cases involving missing women and girls in the first half of this year is already well above the 46 at the end of 2022. According to the state's count, Portland police, who keep a separate record and are responsible for only a portion of the 466 square mile county, said they investigated a total of 489 missing person reports last year. Some of the disappearances may be linked to Portland's liberal policies on homelessness and open-air drug markets. You can't have these tent cities, these open-air drug markets, which only breed this kind of behavior. It doesn't need to be a nefarious reason. It doesn't have to be a homicide. He said he suspects that more bodies will be found, and likely due to overdoses, possibly concealed after the fact by panicked fellow users who don't want to attract scrutiny. If you think that these are the only 6 bodies in that area, I think you'd be mistaken, he said. There needs to be a full investigation, including cadaver dogs and everything else. I would love to see them take dogs all around the whole city. Hey, Megan. A car's pulling up for just a second, you guys. It might get a little bit loud. Hey, Music City Mom. Thanks, Bindi and Amber. There's a missing woman near me in Jersey. There's a lot, and it's sad. Hey, Tiffany Guzman. Okay. Police found the remains of Kristen Smith, 22, on February 19th. Joanna Speaks, 32, on April 8th. Charity Perry, 24. An unidentified woman on April 24th, Bridget Webster, 31, on April 30th, and Ashley Reel, 22, on May 7th. Of those bodies found, only one has been publicly declared a homicide by investigators so far. The death of Joanna Speaks. She was found, that was the one, you guys, we talked about with blunt force trauma to the head and neck. That was found in a barn. At least one case has been linked to homeless encampments and the open-air drug markets. Hold on just a sec, you guys. Okay, sorry. Oh, my God, Nate, 101. Holy. It's hot here. We've been swimming all day. I'm trying to get a little bit of a tan, but, like, I don't know. It's tough to sit still and lay there. Today I was laying out, and our speaker, the gust of wind came, it blew our speaker in the water. 2 of our floats got blown away permanently. It was a freaking disaster. Kristen Smith's mama is in here right now praying for the families. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And yes, send in all of our love and prayers. You guys send your love and prayers and support to Kristen's mom and the other families too. Thanks, Tiff. Okay. Perry, who police found dead inside a culvert in Ainsworth State Park, had a history of substance abuse and mental health problems, her mother told Fox News Digital. Perry's mother believes she had been living in a tent in Vancouver, a neighboring city just to the north, but learned later that her daughter was last seen at an open-air fentanyl market in Portland, where she overdosed. Perry was taken to the hospital and revived with a dose of Narcan, her mother told Fox News Digital. But she was released without any verification of her address. No one looked her up, her background, and the hospital did not reach out to her emergency contact about the incident. This is the thing. When people are labeled by society, police, labeled in general as addicts, there seems to be less concern and care for them when they're missing or murdered. And that has to stop. That has to stop. Addiction is a sickness, and just because you have that sickness, you do not deserve to be less than, that's just. So it says, I had been trying to find her. This is Diana Allen still. I had been trying to find her, but every time I went to the tent, she was staying out. She wouldn't be there, Allen told Fox News Digital. At first, I didn't know she went to Portland till the detective informed me of this. They can't give me a day of death, but they're pretty sure it was April. That was Charity Perry's mother. Allen said she could not discuss specifics of the case due to the ongoing investigation, but said she believes the evidence shows her daughter was taken to the location in the park in an attempt to conceal her remains. It seems like a lot of work for a drug overdose, she said. So I'm stuck on this fucked up ride I call the ring of fire. One side is trying to reach for everything that may have a more innocent reasoning behind it. The other sucks you down a rabbit hole that I fear I may never get out of. Despite her troubles, Perry was very friendly and eager to meet new people, her mother said. According to a report in the Oregonian, investigators are looking into a possible connection between the death of Speaks, the lone confirmed homicide, Perry, and Webster. All three died in a 3-week span. Gia Colon said that investigators are likely looking for patterns even if they have not found evidence of a possible serial killer. But it's also early to rule one out. If you look at the history of serial killers, they always prey on the most vulnerable, and specifically people who are drug users, homeless, or prostitutes, because they're transient. People aren't really looking for them after a certain period of time, and the groups that those individuals hang around with, whether it's the drug scene or the prostitution scene, are not really friendly with police. Now, remember, last time we talked about this YouTuber who was going around, and we watched his video talking to people in the area. The thing about, one good thing about that is that some of these people probably wouldn't give police the time of day. Hey, headphones. Hey, Jaded. Sadly, addiction makes people more vulnerable to getting hurt or things like this happening. Yep, absolutely. They do, MK. We've had several people go missing in Ohio and feel as though it's been swept under the rug because of their history. I've seen that happen too with people I knew back in West Virginia. There was a man who was missing for like a year, and he was finally, he went missing the day he got his oxys. He got a script of oxycodone 30s and got him filled and went missing. And it seemed like police really weren't interested in dealing with it. It's almost like they're like, one last, addict we have to deal with. It's pretty sick, I'm here to tell you right now, I don't care how long you've been using. I don't care how heavy of a user you are. There is hope, and you can get out of it. And you can lead a normal, productive, successful life. It takes work, and you have to want it, but you can. These women, whether they had addictions or not, they could have went on to, they've been robbed, period. Portland, like a number of West Coast cities, has been struggling with homelessness crisis in recent years. Okay, so now I want to show you guys some of the women that are missing. See, Amber, I just forwarded the ones that you sent me. Where are those? Like the 9, but then I also went and gathered out of the group, and they're the same ones, really. So we have McKenna Christine Riley. I'm going to show all of these. If anybody's in the area, I know this is being shared in the Facebook group for the case. This way people can take a good look at these women. If you see them, if you see anyone who looks like them, if you have any information, please contact the police. Hey, Candace. Yes, we do, girl. Hey, Sue Ann. Delana. Good to see you, beautiful. All of these women were last seen on the same area of Portland and found in wooded areas. Those are big connections. There was a case in Vancouver, BC, Canada, where a bunch of homeless Native women who were prostitutes and drug addicts that went missing. Ugh. There you go, Amber. That's the truth. You're worth something even if you struggle with addiction. Absolutely. Everybody has their issues, right? And then my issues are no better than your issues, or no better than your issues. Now, how you deal with them might be, somewhat better, but why would men not be overdosing at a rate as high as women? That's a good question, Music City Mom. That's a really good question. Okay. I'm in Vancouver and I now just stay home. I don't like going anywhere. Being a mom of 3 and pregnant. Oh my God, Chastity. See, that worries me for you guys. I'd be the same way. Don't go anywhere alone. Just don't go anywhere alone. Make sure that you have, if you're not comfortable with a gun or something like that, you can get pepper spray or bear spray or something like that. Just make sure that you're protected. And yeah, I wouldn't want to either. Me either, Nate. 6 years sober here. That's awesome, Amy. Congratulations. Proud of you. I remember hearing about the baker in Alaska only went for women for sale. They are people too. Mind of Monsters, yes. And hello, by the way. Make sure you take a phone and your location is on. Okay, so then we have this beautiful girl. She was born in 1997, Miranda Alexandra Jelinski. Think that's without makeup, with makeup, and a little bit further away. She was born October 13th of 97, 25 years old. She's a female with blue eyes, naturally brown hair, last seen with blonde, 5'2", 115 pounds. Small diamond tattoo on her collarbone, Vinny Vitty Vici on her shoulder. If you have any information, please contact Ashton Johnson. So there is Miranda Alexandra Jelinski. Hold on just a sec, you guys. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. All right, now, next we have this young lady, missing teenager, 15 years old, Lily Hess. Last seen June 10th in Gladstone, Oregon. Another beautiful young lady. That was Punksy, my dad, because, here, let me turn this on for a second. You guys know I'm sitting right here, like in the carport, and when the cars pull up, they're just like really close, so you can hear it. And then he was locking the doors. Okay. This is sad. Absolutely. So many young, precious people. So I wanted to read this to you. This was posted in that group. It says, just a few minutes ago, a guy with only one license plate in a dark SUV type of vehicle was watching me as I moved some furniture from my car. He was Caucasian, slim, with darkish hair, had dark sunglasses on. He was really obviously watching me the entire time. When I went over to his vehicle to look at his car, it smelled like he was doing some drug. I think smoking it, but not marijuana. It smelled harsh and chemical and was wafting out of his vehicle powerfully. Reminded me of this one roommate years ago smoking meth or something. Maybe unrelated to the killings, but be careful out there. See, I go back and forth because, yes, headphones. I can understand why there would be laws that would not charge someone for possessing a personal amount of drugs versus charging the dealers, and understanding that people who are using and have a personal amount are sick, right? So trying to get them some help. I can understand that because unfortunately right now the system, the way it's set up, is not, the addicts are screwed. People with addiction that commit crimes because of their addiction are screwed. They never actually usually get the help they need. They go to prison with everyone else, and then it can really, think about how a person's life would be different versus you're 19, 20 years old, you get in trouble the first time, and you go to prison for 5 years, and you learn how to be a better criminal, or you get medical treatment and you come out a couple years later and you're like 21 years old, 22 years old, and you have your whole life ahead of you. It could really change people's lives, which in turn, in large amounts, would impact all of us, right? So, Idaho Charlie, I love the birds in the background. So peaceful while discussing a heinous topic. I know. I'm glad that there's a little bit of peace for it. The issue is decriminalizing would work well if there was enough resources to help people here, but there is not. See, that's the thing. If the people actually can get help, it sucks. Yeah, they need help. A lot of people, it happens so often. You see people going to prison who, yeah, that really could use some mental health care, but it's just another branch of our system that is completely screwed up. You know, it just is. Okay, so here we have this young lady, Vicky Diaz, has been missing from Gresham, Oregon, since September of 2022. This person says, I love you and I miss you so much. I will never stop looking for you, my baby girl. Beautiful young lady. Then we have Sophia Totis, 17. She was last seen in Portland, Oregon on February 17th of 2021. So when we talked at the beginning about those 400 missing people since the years, that is since this year. This young lady went missing in 2021, and one other one that we looked at went missing last year so far. But a lot of them are from this year. So Sophia has braces on her teeth. She's 5'2", 185 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. Then we have Shoddy Lindsay, 14, last seen in Oregon in 2021 as well. 5'7" to 5'9", 170 to 175 pounds. Uh-oh. This is one that Mind of Monsters has been covering heavily. And can one of you guys, let's see. Delana, will you please do me a favor? And Mind of Monsters has been in the chat. Hey, Aries 51. Can you click on her profile and grab the channel link and put it in the chat? Because she's been covering Michaela's case heavily. And we might do a live just on that case in particular. So, yeah. With my stepdaughter, we had to finally tell her if she can't pass a drug test, she isn't allowed to live in our house. She was adult age, but it was hard still. Now she's doing really well. Well, that's the way you have to do it. Unfortunately, you have to stop enabling people with this kind of sickness. You have to. Because as long as you're making their life easy and they can continue to get their substance and, you know, get their fix, they're not going to stop. Casper Bow, they found 6 so far. But yes, Sandy, 400 people this year, since the beginning of this year. Thank you, Crime Curious. You're the best. Thank you, thank you. I am here. Thank you. You're so welcome. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Delana. Okay. So Michaela Standridge, she 25 years old, pink hair, blue eyes. Beautiful young lady. Now, I wanted to read this to you. I took it out of the group. I just cropped the poster. You guys are welcome to join the group and you'll see a lot of this, but I thought this was kind of interesting. I like to do this when we're going through cases and there's a group where you can gather information. Sometimes I'll like to gather certain posts or comments for us to look at and talk about together. Hey, Tess. So happy Tuesday. Wanted to give an opinion. The sad reality is Portland is a beautiful place, but under the surface, it is dark. I've done a little bit of research on serial killers, and I shockingly discovered that Oregon and Washington has certainly had some of the darkest. So my takeaway. 1, if this is a serial killer, it is just not in our area. They take advantage of lack of communication and egos between jurisdictions. Many of our past serial killers traveled from Washington to California. Many believe this has been going on much longer. The amount of missing people just this year is crazy. Number 2, we are a shopping mall of vulnerable people in Oregon with decriminalizing drugs and our homeless population that has tripled in the past few years. Also, my opinion, our most vulnerable population is invisible to law enforcement lately. They'll give a parking ticket and not even check the pulse of a body lying a couple feet away. Number 3, years. It takes years to catch them. But then I look at the Idaho 4 case and look at all the hard work turning every stone over, agencies working together. They followed that guy to Pennsylvania. Well, we don't know that for sure at this point, but investigate and close a case quick. How many invisible people have to disappear before they're seen? How many have to be found murdered before their safety trumps we don't want to scare the public? How many times how many have to disappear before the local news even mentions it? What on earth can be done to make this a priority? Many girls out there don't even know. How many until the police do more than push paper and tell the media don't press this? It will just cause a panic, and it doesn't affect the general public, at least not yet. And sadly, I feel nothing is going to be done until this escalates to the general population. This is the thing. I don't see that happening. Why would a serial killer or anybody, even if there's multiple, why would they move to messing with, your average person if they're getting women on the streets and they're not being seen? This was posted in there. I thought this was interesting and just gross. This guy, William, listen to his bio. About me, 6'2", 255 pounds, highly experienced. I like fruit and vegetables. One day, I will be the most known serial killer of all time. We'll primarily focus on women in their 20s and 30s. For now, you are all safe, and I'm safe to date for the time being. Have a great day, and best of luck to you girls. Stay safe. Like, what? Hey, Shay Benet. Yum, that sounds good. The Pacific Northwest have the most serial killers. Yeah, I live in Oregon, and yes, so many missing here all along the I-5 freeway. Ooh, somebody got a gifted membership. Hey, Maria. Who gifted it, you guys? Could be trafficking, but that's something that really needs to be addressed by law enforcement. Hey, Iowa Dog Squad Mom, good to see you. Thank you, Crime Curious. I appreciate it. Deep fried fruits and vegetables, maybe. Ugh, I know. Weird. Okay, let's keep going because we have some more to look at. But this person posted, Oregon, 156 missing women and female children since January 2023. Here's how many are missing by age. Look at all the 13 through 17-year-olds. Oh, my gosh. 40-year-olds. Tell me you're not concerned. Then they posted this. Children account for half of the victims of human trafficking. In fact, the average age that a young person becomes involved in trafficking is 12. The victim is a minor, because there are a lot of minors missing too. We talked about her a second ago, Lily Hess. Last seen June 10th, so just a few days ago, you guys. Here's another one, Melanie Farr. This is her most recent picture. She's missing in the area. Okay, hold on a second. Then I want to show you guys. Now, this is Kristen's mom's GoFundMe, and we looked at this briefly before, but I wanted to show this to you guys again and link it. So, I am Kristen's mother. I'm deeply saddened, lost, and broken. I've been notified by Portland police my missing daughter I have desperately been searching for since the end of November has been located deceased. I've been searching for 6 months, been on the news, hung thousands of flyers. Oh, you see that, you guys? Can I just take a second and point that out? Look at this. This is a mom who is desperate to find her baby. And she was out there doing everything she could, hung thousands of flyers. So this is the reason why when other parents are not, hanging any flyers at all, it is alarming. I just wanted to point that out. She's done several huge searches, been on podcasts, national missing person Facebook pages, have Facebook page called Bring Kristen Home, TikTok videos, community pages, so much more. I've fought so hard to find her, and I didn't find her in time. I'm broken. She was murdered, I'm sure of it, but it's not going to be easy to prove. Police have not said this. I just know it, though. I'm going to share this link for you guys. Go check it out, please. At a certain point, you probably want to hire a private investigator, or I don't know. Just so I definitely want to share that with you guys. And then I want to show you a comment that Kristen's mom made to someone and what they said to her. So we have that freak in the dating website. Oh, thank you, Carol Claus. Wait a minute. Oh, sorry I'm late, Alex. Oh, I'm just happy you're here. Thank you. Yeah, teens are very vulnerable population too. Our police here in Portland don't do jack shit. We have had someone unload almost 100 rounds in our neighborhood. Police called by multiple people until the next day. Oh my God. That is freaking unbelievable. Justice for Kristen Smith. Thank you, Stuart James. Okay, you guys, here's the link to that. And actually, I'm going to pin it at the top. So give me 2 seconds. This way it doesn't disappear in chat. Thank you for making the best wax melts ever. She really does. I've been using my Wolf Moon ones again, even though they're like kind of Christmassy ones. They smell like winter candy apple, but they just smell so good. They're like one of my all-time favorites. Okay. Now, this is alarming. Wait till you see. There is a man who has been harassing the families. And, yeah, wait till you see this. She posted it in a comment section. So the link is pinned at the top, you guys. Okay. So she says, so she was replying to one of his comments, and she says, James Baker, why the F are you on this page? You're the one who sent me this in January. Why the hell are you following my daughter's page? Are you her killer? James Baker, you sent me this message. Why in the hell are you on this page following my daughter if you admit you killed her? Look at the message that she posted there. Look what this man sent her. And this was in January 6th. He writes, your daughter is dead. I may or may not have done a murder on her and dumped her in the woods. Don't tell anyone. Dude, I hope you know that all this shit can be traced. Is that not absolutely unreal? How the hell do you taunt some? I don't give a shit if it's a joke. It could be the actual person, number one. But let's say it isn't. This is not funny. You don't do this to people. This is a grieving mother. I mean, that's bullshit. Let me see, because I forgot when she was found. I know that she went missing in November, and she was found. Hold on, because I wrote it in my notebook at the house, but I didn't bring that over here. She was found on February 19th. So this was sent to her a month and a half before she was found. How evil. Absolutely. Hey, that girl. Good to see you. I may or may not come for him in direct retribution. I know. Unbelievable. Who does that? It's not funny at all. I hope they pick him up too. I hope if he's joking and I just hope he gets what he deserves for this shit, because that's disgusting. The Facebook page is this page specifically about her daughter. I mean, unbelievable. And you guys, maybe you guys can drop the Facebook link again if you don't mind to the group. That way people can join the one that Amber created to follow along with some of this stuff. Okay, I did have a video. I think we have some time. We can watch it. Just a sec. Let's see. Oh, these are the ones you forwarded me, Amber. And then, yeah, then these are the ones I just grabbed and threw in here. They were pretty similar. It's right up here. Some of the women found in Oregon visit the same places. Was that the one, or was that from our last live? Hold on, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up, though. We'll play it while I make sure that I was looking for. Thank you guys for being here, by the way.
Some brand new details about 6 deaths in the Portland area, which has sparked fears of a possible serial killer on the loose. Police in the area have insisted that is not the case, though, saying as recently as earlier this week that the cases are not connected. We told you about this earlier this week. However, new reporting from newspaper The Oregonian finds at least some type of connection between at least 3 of the victims.
And remember, that was kind of in that article we just read. I think it was Charity, Joanna, and I don't know. Let me let them.
Some of the women even visited the same places months
see
before their
you.
deaths. That's according to this new reporting.
Carol
So joining
freaking
us now,
calls. Thank you
we
for
bring-
gifting that membership. Thank you. Okay, I'll quit talking over it, but thank you. I joined when it first started. Awesome, Pamela.
back Dr. Debbie Goodman, a nationally
Jordan.
recognized criminologist, a professor. She knows her stuff. Dr. Goodman, so great to speak with you again. I just spoke to you about this on Monday. So there's now this new information about 3 of the victims in the same area. It shrinks this radius from about 100 miles down to essentially 0. How significant is that?
Yes, good afternoon, Nicole. Always a pleasure to join you for the
Debbie Goodman, criminologist, professor, author, and expert.
conversation. And this, for me, as a criminologist, is very significant. So when we last spoke, we knew of 6 female decedents within the 100-mile radius, but this new information really is huge. Why? Because this is what we would now move in the direction, again, not with 100.
Joanna Speaks, Charity, and Bridget have a potential link. Now, I did find the video. I wanted to show you guys. One of the mothers has spoken out on News Nation. Here it is. But first, let me check on you guys in the comments. Everyone matters. Absolutely. Hey, Mrs. M. How does one become a member? Yeah, you just click the link and then you request, and like Amber said, a mod will let you in. I know, Jordan. I just switched from iPhone to Android, not willingly. My iPhone broke, and I happen to have a 22 Ultra, the Galaxy 22 Ultra that I here at the house. So I just switched my SIM card, and it's taken some getting used to for sure. I've been watching that undercover underage show on Max, and it really shows how many terrible humans are out there looking for young girls. I mean, I'm sorry, but 400 people have went missing in the state of Oregon since January. That's crazy. And now I'm not saying that 400 are even, like that has anything to do with this. Many of those will be teenagers or, different things like that, and many of them will be found. But that's just, the numbers are unreal.
String of tragedies in Portland, Oregon. 6 women found dead within 100 miles of each other. Investigators say all of their bodies were discovered within months of each other in rural wooded areas. Now, many in that community worry there's a serial killer on the loose. So far, investigators say there is no evidence to support that rumor. We cannot forget that this is nothing short of devastating for 6 families so far. 24-year-old Charity Lynn Perry is one of the 6 victims. Her case being investigated as a suspicious death. We do want to welcome in her mother, Diana.
Now,
Allen.
Diana's the one that the interview we just read. We're going to listen to this, but first I want to read Amber's comment. And hey, Kratom Butterfly, by the way, good to see you. And hey, Rich. You were watching that show that Tess is talking about, Chica. Amber says the local media barely covers any of the missing. That's That's why I wanted to show you guys each photo. And before we go, we're going to get through this video quickly, and then I have to run at 7 to get Trenton from football. But before we go, I will show you guys their images again. The victims have families who love and miss them very much. They have people who truly care about them, and they deserve answers. And I don't give a hot damn if they have addiction, if they are prostitutes. I don't care about none of that. That should not matter. I'm sorry, but I am sick of seeing addicts and treated like they're less than when it comes to shit like this. It's not cool. Okay.
Night, Diana, thank you so much for being here. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Diana, first of all, how are you holding up?
There's some days that it takes everything I have just to breathe. But I'm getting there. I have some blood pressure issues, and it's causing trouble with driving.
This is just sad, you guys. You know, it could have been me. Could have been many of us. This could have been my mom. You know, seriously. There was a time in my life when I was actively using and wild and not home for 2 weeks at a time and up for days at a time, and just in the grungiest, nastiest places that I wouldn't even sit down in now. I would not even sit in some of the places that I was hanging out in. I'm telling you, it's awful. Sorry, you guys.
But
it's hard not to think about.
I'm also moving forward to figuring out some of the answers, because I think that's some of the hardest part.
Absolutely. I mean, have investigators shared any additional details about what may have happened to Charity?
They shared enough details to make me uncomfortable with the situation, and really push the desire to have to bury her in case she needs justice, and she needs to be around for that.
Yeah. Uncomfortable in what way? Can you share more?
Just that I'm not going to have the answers for what happened to her, but before the timeline of having to make a decision between burial.
Wait,
or
what did she say there? I'm sorry, you guys.
Answers for what?
In what way? Can you share more?
Just that I'm not going to have the answers for what happened to her, but before the time of having to make a decision between burial or cremation. And with so many questions, and
this is pitiful. This woman has to think about, she maybe potentially would have had her cremated, but she's probably, with so many unanswered questions. It definitely does, West Virginia Mama. It is sad to see, I know my town that I grew up in, what it's turned into because of drugs. Me too, you guys. I'm so glad. My mom, you put your parents through hell with this shit, with worry and fear. It's really sad. That's how I feel every time I see these stories. This could have been me, and then I usually get really emotional. Like, that could be me. My mom also reminds me that I still can be. Never let my guard down. That's the truth. Let me tell you what I learned. They tell you, like in rehab, while you're in here getting sober and working on yourself, your addiction is out in the parking lot doing push-ups. Don't you ever think that I could just do this once and it'll be all right. That's not a good idea. Jen, did you change your picture? I can't see if that's actually Jen on StreamYard because I can't see the wrenches.
additional details of which I'm not at liberty to
I
share.
understand. I understand.
Just made it to where the idea of not being able to go back and prove that she deserved justice.
Can I ask, at this time?
They were okay, so I thought so, but a second ago they were showing photos of Joanna. Like, I'm just gonna let it play for a second and mute it. That's not. See? Isn't that Joanna too? I think that is. Joanna Speaks, that is. But her daughter is. Hold on. They keep showing Joanna for a very long time. This is Charity. She was found in the culvert at the state park. Music City mom. 6 of my daughter's friends have died over overdose. 1 died in a fire because he was so high he couldn't get out of the house. I've lost so many friends. Like, you guys ever heard that song, like, all my friends are dead, that rock song? That is literally how, that's just the way it is. When you are an addict for a long time, you surround yourself with other addicts. And because the lifestyle is so dangerous and reckless, unfortunately, a lot of them die young. Oh, thank you, Pointer Lover. You are the best and have a huge heart. I love you, Alex. Oh, I love you. Thank you. You're the best, and that's really sweet. Thank you. Yeah, and happy unbirthday. No mother should ever have to be put in the position to have to decide between burial and cremation, ever. They are not treating her mom well at all. Think this was a well-to-do family. Alex, 10 years ago, I was notified that at the middle school, 6 men were busted for picking up girls, no relationship to them, offering drugs and gifts. In the high school, we have daycare. Oh my God. That's scary. Hey, JH. Good to see you. I missed you. Yo, Mama, it's happening right now. These are, they're all, it's happening right now. I know, JH, I missed her. Hey, True Teller. Good to see you too. Unravel. You should be a spokesperson. I don't do drugs, but your story is so inspirational. If I did, I would listen to you. My brother. Oh, Unravel, thank you. That's really sweet. I have some videos on it if you ever want to send him some. I've done a few. I've thought about, I am going to do some more. All right, let's see. Oh, that's right, Jen. The reality TV. By the way, Jen Lou, her second channel, she's about to start streaming over there. If you guys watch reality TV, definitely want to go subscribe. Woofy, will you grab me the link to the Jen Lou channel, not the word case studies? Okay, let's finish this video before I have to let you guys go. But also, why were they showing that other girl the whole time? That's kind of, I don't know, it just feels like disrespectful in a way.
Whether there's DNA found on her, any information on a cause of death so far?
No. I've also kind of concentrating on trying to the burial part at this time.
Of course.
I do know that the detective been as honest as he can with me, and there are things that he's unable to tell me. Some of it more in the beginning because it just simply not knowing.
Yeah. Diana, I'm sorry to interrupt, but we don't have as much time as I would like. And I do want to ask you, do you think that there is a serial killer in this community? Do you think that your daughter's death is linked with these other 5 deaths?
I think that it's too early to say yet.
Okay, so I'm going to link this video in the chat if you guys want to finish it. But I want to do like a recap of the things we went through today just for people who came in late, and also to show pictures of some of the women that are still missing right now. You guys can screenshot them and share them on your social media. Share this video that's in the chat, share this live, just whatever. However you feel comfortable, share the story. Doesn't have to be my video, just share the story. Yeah, Amber, so disrespectful the way this interview was done. I 100% agree. This is and women, people are more likely to go to mainstream media to speak out. They're going to get more eyes on it, but they don't go as in depth, and they don't have the respect. Wow, to this news channel. I agree. You're showing a different person the whole time. Just whatever. Okay, so recap. Lots of missing people in Oregon, over 400 since January. Roughly half of those are women and young children, or women and children. We also have these missing women that are still missing: McKenna Riley, Miranda Jelinski, this young teenager, Lily Hess, Vicky Diaz, Sophia Todas, Shadi Lindsay, Taylor Yemens, Michaela Standridge, and also remember, so here is 156 missing women and female children since January. Now, there were 2 creeps that we have stumbled across today who definitely need to be looked at, or, I stumbled across them within the last few days. You guys stumbled across them now. We have a William who said, "One day I will be the most known serial killer of all time. Will primarily focus on women in their 20s and 30s. For now, you're all safe, and I'm safe today for the time being. Have a great day, and best of luck to you girls. Stay safe." And we also have this man who is trolling and harassing the families. And this guy, I swear, I want to go kick his ass myself, because this right here ticked me off. So there is a group, Justice for Kristen Smith. The whole group is about Kristen, okay, and her getting justice. And this man, James Baker, joined the group and was commenting, and her mom called him out. And she said, "James, why the F are you on this page? You're the one who sent me this in January. Why the hell are you following my daughter's page? Are you her killer?" Now look what he said. This was 6 weeks roughly before she was found, because she was found in the middle of February. This was January 6th, and then again on January 7th. So January 6th, that's interesting too, because he goes back 2 days in a row. January 6th, he messages her, "Your daughter is dead." She hadn't been found yet. So then the next day he messages her and says, "I may or may not have done a murder on her and dumped her in the woods. Don't tell anyone though." James Baker. I'm going to go back to this one so we can get, his name is James Baker. We'll keep it on this one just to keep his picture and stuff as big as I can get it. That's as big as it will go. But so the news lady was rude. Oh, Candace, that's so sweet. Yes, thank you guys for being here and caring about what's happening there. We're going to keep talking about it, let's see. I know, True Teller. Let me see. Shay Benet, thank you. Please keep sharing, because mental health and addiction isn't an excuse to not make their lives as a priority to find and save. Love your heart, Allie. Thank you, Shay. That's really sweet. Thank you. 150. Yep, True Teller. Thanks for the super chat, Shay, too. I fully agree. Anyone who thinks this is funny in any way is a sick POS and needs to be looked into. I agree. It is bold, Corey. All right, you guys. No, there's more missing, but no more have been found. I hope so, Sandy. So yes, I am sure that people have reported it. So you guys, I'm going to go and thank you, Jen Lu. They are not throwaway humans. What is the other potential serial killer's name? Okay, let's go back to it. Hey, Patricia, by the way, I hadn't seen you till just now. Thank you guys for being here. I love and appreciate you guys. I really do. I don't just say that. I mean it. You guys mean the world to me. Yeah, and thank you for being here and caring about any of the cases that I bring to the channel. You know, I really appreciate it. Also, 7:30 tonight, I think Jen Lu has a live. And then at 9, Jen usually goes at 9. She moved it to 7:30 because Titi has a live at 9. And yeah, so Allie Rally on Jen Lu's at 7:30. The other guy's name was William. Michael, what am I saying? William, here's his face. Looking for short-term fun. Buddy, you sound like a bunch of fun. All right. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Hope you have a good day. I know I've said all that. I'm saying it again because it's just a habit when I say bye. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.